inside American Fork High School for High School Rewind's coverage of the 2015 Utah Elite Eight basketball tournament. I am Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us. We have got a semifinal matchup. The winner moves on the Utah Elite Eight championship game. Skyview and Bingham, two of the better players in the state of Utah, going to do battle in this one. Let's start first with Skyview. Jake Kendricks is a name you may not know, but the young man coming into this tournament was averaging 27 points a game. And in the first game in this tournament against Davis, he had himself a ball, scored over 20 points. He had a dunk. He can shoot from the outside. And as Coach Schroeder said, he's a confident kid and he knows he's a good player, and we expect big things out of him. When you look at Bingham, probably the best player in this tournament, Yoli Childs, young man committed to go play at BYU, had himself a day in the first round. He had 6 dunks. He had 8 total, 2 counted. He also had a 3. He's added a lot of dimensions to his game. This guy who started since his sophomore year, has been a dominant player in the state of Utah, and has played very, very well in this tournament. And he now takes his Bingham Miners up against Skyview. The winner moves on to the championship game. You know our players and some teams and what's on the line. When we come back, it'll be the opening tip-off. You are watching High School Rewind's coverage of the 2015 Utah Elite Eight basketball tournament on highschoolrewind.com. Skyview will control the tip. And here's Spencer White. Now Jake Hendricks. Hendricks pull up. A little strong, and a rebound taken by Yoli Childs on the push. Youngblood has the ball poked out of bounds by Bregan Holbrook, and we'll stay here. Youngblood to trigger. Ball loose, picked up by Max Christensen. And now back down the floor with the Bobcats. Holbrook has to save it in, does. White's 3 off the mark. Yoli Childs ahead to Shoemaker. Skyler can't get it to go, but he's fouled by White. It'll be 2 free throws coming the way of Skyler Shoemaker. Seconds off and is tipped up and in by Yoli Childs. And then a turnover from Skyview. A shaky start for Coach Hilliard's team. A lot of respect from both these teams coming in this. Coach Schroeder said at Skyview, this is a really good basketball team. And as I said, he talked about, oh, what a play by Yoli Childs. Fouled underneath the hoop against a +1. And Yoli will go to the line looking for the 3-point play. And he said, speaking of Bingham, he said, we have a hard time stopping a team's best player. So we'll see what happens. Yoli gets his own board off a missed free throw. Avea keeping it alive, but he can't finish. Mortensen clears it. And now down the floor we go with Jake Hendricks. Bregan Holbrook, wide receiver on the football team. Mortensen, drop it in, Max Christensen. And Max is fouled. That foul will go against Skyler Shoemaker. It'll be 2 free throws for Max Christensen on the football team. They made it to the semifinals. Lost to eventual champion Harriman. Avea with the board. Leighton Parker thought about it. Floater along the baseline off the mark. Gets the board and the bucket. Leighton Parker. Stick-to-itiveness gets him a bucket, and it's 6-1 in the early going. Holbrook cross to Christensen. Now White up top with Bryce Mortensen. Mortensen jackknife it up, and it rolls off. Rebound still loose and collected by Yoli Childs. Ahead now Youngblood. Parker for a deep 3 off the mark. Yoeli gets the board, fall away, kicks it out. Parker now to Avea. He'll pull for 3. And Smuta Avea misses that. And a rebound to Christensen. Quickly down the floor now with Skyview and Jake Hendricks. Avea pops it away. Hendricks is out of bounds. And we'll go the other way with Bingham. Avea now in the corner to Youngblood. Back to Avea. Nice take by Parker. Got bumped, no call. Coach Schroeder, none too pleased. Saved in by Youngblood. Tracked down by Christensen. White for 3. And White rattles it home. Luke White had a nice day from the outside yesterday. And now a one-possession game after the triple. 4:50 on a rolling clock in the first quarter. Parker for three, can't get it to go. Christensen pulls down the board. Quickly down the floor, Mortensen to the cup and finishes. And we're tied up at 6. In the corner, Parker. Now Youngblood pulls for three. Back of the rim. Hendricks tracks it down. We got a loose ball foul. I believe that's on Avea. Luke White hanging outside. Morton and move, but Hendricks standing right behind him. Hendricks pulls for three. Comes out. Rebound, Yoli Childs on the push with Dalen Youngblood. Parker. And Avea knocks down the three. Samuta Avea. And the Miners go back up 9-6. Hendricks ripped. Now Avea, we can see a little showtime here. And Avea with the one-hand hammer. Hendricks comes right back. Been quiet to get started. Speaking of Jake Hendricks, Youngblood doing a nice job on him. White lobs it in to Mortensen. Mortensen with the face. Fall away Jay in the key. And it's 11-8. Outside, Leighton Parker. Parker pulls for three, back rimmed. Rebound taken by Holbrook. White hit a triple earlier in the game. Working on Leighton Parker. Christensen thought about the jumper, puts it on the floor, goes through the smaller Youngblood, and it's a two-shot foul on Dason Youngblood. 2:35 remaining in the first quarter. 11-9 to lead to the Miners. Parker back in the corner. Nice play by Mason Ty. Dason Youngblood fouled on the floor along the baseline, and will stay there. Lob in, Yoli Childs. Yoli with the right-hand hook, no. Nice save by Ty, now on the run with Hendricks. Ahead to Mortensen, and Mortensen ties us up at 11. Bryce Mortensen committed to play football for Coach Wells at Utah State. Outstanding wide receiver. And here's Dason Youngblood. Shoemaker. Lokotui couldn't get the fall. Youngblood has that one ripped away by Alex McCray. McCray in the corner to Mortensen, guarded by Yoli Childs. Mortensen loses the handle. Nice find, Hendricks to Alex McCray. He needed to just go up with it. Mortensen can't get the putback, and the rebound taken by Yoli Childs. On the push with Parker. Parker, Lokotui, and Samote rolls that one in. And Lokotui, also a two-sport athlete, played safety for the Miners. Hendricks is fouled on the drive. It'll be a foul on Lokotui. 59 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. As the fourth team foul on Bingham. We got 3 on Skyview. That's the first on Lokotui. Bregan Holbrook. Now Mason Ty is the handle. Now finds Mortensen. Mortensen over Childs. Rebound taken by Shoemaker. Parker goes into Hendricks with the rip and the save. Nice play by Jake Hendricks. 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. Mason Ty now over to Mortensen. Now Bregan Holbrook, 25 seconds remaining in the first. Mortensen in the key, rolls it in. Ties us up at 13. 15 seconds remaining in the quarter will be the final shot coming from the Miners. Leighton Parker, cross court, Lokotui. Drop in, the Shoemaker. Can't get it to go. Yoli Childs knocks it out of bounds. 1 second remaining in the quarter. And we'll have a heave, hopefully, from Skyview. Avea and Carlson come on for Youngblood and Yoli Childs. Hendricks will count if it goes, but it's going to be well short. At the end of the first quarter, we're tied at 13. Skyview, Bingham, winner moves on to the Utah Elite 8 championship game. Avea out to Lokotui. Now Leighton Parker. Shoemaker. Hard of the hole and finishes. Mason Ty, oh, nice find inside of McCray, and we're trading buckets to start the second quarter. Avea, now Parker. Here's Lokotui. Now Avea. Carlson along the baseline. Send back up top, Parker. Now Avea. Inside out. Can't get it to go. Avea with the follow. It crawls out. And we'll go the other way. Got a foul on the rebound. And that goes on Avea. Down the floor, Hendricks. Quiet first quarter for Jake Hendricks, a guy who gets started quickly, but hasn't been able to thus far. Off the... We'll see where the foul's on. Yoli Childs came over. Looked like he got the block on him. Hendricks missed the first, hits the second. Skyview's first lead in the ball game, 16-15. Lokotui. Nice, trying to get that ball inside Yoli Childs. Nice defense. Now on the run with Hendricks. Hendricks to Mason Ty. Mortensen reverse it, and it rolls off. And it'll be 2 free throws coming the way of Bryce Mortensen. Gets them both. 18-15 lead for the Bobcats. Shoemaker. Parker. Inside to Carlson. Nice job by Carlson, and he lays it in. Defense was late in coming over. An easy 2 for Carlson. Just a junior for Coach Schroeder. Lob it up, the ball tipped. Nice job. Yoli Childs makes everything difficult. Does a great job on the defensive end. On the push now, Lokotui. Nice ball fake, can't finish. Samote Lokotui. And that ball out of, well, saved in by Childs. Into the hands of Jake White. Tied, and then Bryce Mortensen, beautiful ball movement. Going back and forth. 20-19, the lead for Skyview. Youngblood. Nice save by Mortensen. McCray tracks it down. Ty dropping in, Mortensen having his way. Bryce left hand no, and the rebound claimed by Brandon Carlson. Lokotui can't get the 3 to go, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound on Yoli Childs. That'll be number 2 on Yoli. And it's a loose ball foul. It's 1-on-1 free throws for Bryce Mortensen. And he gets the second. Lokotui in the corner to Youngblood. Yoli Childs gets blocked, gets his own rebound and can't get it to go. Parker fouled by Mortensen, and that'll be the 5th team foul on the Bobcats. Will be inbound along the baseline, unless I said he was shooting, and I don't think he was. Youngblood gets it in. Yoli Childs, he showed this range yesterday and knocks down a three. And we're tied at 22. Yoli Childs. The power game has been a little off to get started. The steps outside and shows his perimeter skills. Christensen finds Mortensen, and Mortensen lays it up and in. And Bryce Mortensen having himself a first half. Carlson could have get it to go. Tip up, no. Cleared by Jake White. McCray has that one knocked out of bounds by Dason Youngblood. And 18 touchdowns. Just some skill. Oh, Max Christensen misses the bunny. And it's Yoli Childs going the other way. Yoeli thought he'd get the foul, left that one short. Mortensen went straight up and down, and Yoeli couldn't get the three. Hendricks caught again between, couldn't get it to go, and his follow wouldn't go either. Shoemaker got numbers. Parker to the rack, can't finish. Leighton Parker thought he'd get the foul call, didn't, and that's out of bounds. Whoa, I looked like it was off Yoli Childs. They're going to say off of Skyview, and we'll stay here with Bingham. It's out of the timeout. Youngblood gets it into Lokotui. In a back-and-forth game. Hendricks nearly got the rip. Lokotui sent out Youngblood for three. Dason Youngblood knocks down the triple. And it's 25-24 Miners. Max Christensen hands out to Jake Hendricks. Mentioned Hendricks quiet to get started. White off the mark, rebound, Bryce Mortensen. He's not been quiet. Bryce thought he got fouled, didn't get the call. Max Christensen like a bull in a china cabinet. Finally gets the whistle. And the foul goes on Skylar Shoemaker. Got a couple Fossilevs. Peyton Fossilev, number 20. And then Bracken Fossilev, who just checked into the game, number 32. No doubt related to JD, former BYU wide receiver. Walk-on at BYU. Nice find inside, and Skylar Shoemaker lays it up and in. And the yo-yo continues. Bingham takes a 1-point lead. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Holbrook outside to Fossilev. Mortensen working on Childs. Now baseline jumper, and Bryce Mortensen getting the better part of his AAU teammate, Yoli Childs. First half to remember for Bryce Mortensen, averaging 15 points coming into this game. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Lokotui. Now Leighton Parker drive the lane and get the bucket. Hendricks. Now Mortensen trying to go inside to Fossilev. Nobody home. Turnover, and we'll go the other way with Bingham. Winner moves on to play Copper Hills. An impressive showing against against American Fork. And a hard-fought game. High emotions in that one. Double comes to Childs. And Yoeli. Three on the way from Parker. Leighton Parker extends the lead, and it's a 4-point game, 32-28 with 1:15 on a rolling clock here in the second quarter. And Hendricks fouled by Lokotui, and it'll be 2 free throws coming away at Jake Hendricks. Acting a running back for the Miners. Hendricks misses them both, uncharacteristic of Jake Hendricks. As Dason Youngblood walking into the front court, 1:05 remaining in the first half. Lob inside Childs, and a two-handed flush for Yoeli Childs. And now a 6-point lead. Hendricks pulls for three, and the cold first half continues. Youngblood on the push. Akin couldn't save it, and we'll go back to Skyview. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Holbrook gets it to Fossiliv. Trap comes from Parker. Backside to White. Not looking to score. Sends it back up top with 30 seconds remaining to Hendricks. Remember, no shot clock in high school basketball. You can hang on to this for the final, 40 seconds. We'll dribble it up. Bingham not going to pressure, so no 5-second, closely guarded. Hendricks will take over with 10 seconds remaining in the half. Akin out pressuring him. Hendricks pulls for three. Nearly banked it in, didn't go. Youngblood with 2 seconds. He'll count if it goes from Dason. And that'll do it for the first half. 2 quarters in the books, and the Bingham Miners lead 34-28 over Skyview. You are watching. So we'll start with the Skyview Bobcats here in the second half. Trailing by 6, the winner moves on to the Utah Elite 8 Championship game to take on Copper Hills. In the corner, now inside to Bryce Mortensen. And Bryce continues to have himself a day. He has 20 points on the evening. He had 18 in the first half. I talked to Coach Hilliard, asked him about going up against Yoli Childs. Coach Hilliard told me, well, they're teammates in AAU. And believe me, Bryce told me he's looking forward to the challenge. Well, he's looking forward and he's thriving in it. Dason Youngblood will go to the line to shoot 2. Brother Daler was a 3-year starter for Coach Mark Dubon, then 1 year under Coach Schroeder. Father Kendall runs Utah Prospects with Taylor Evans, one of the top AAU teams in the country, but certainly in the state of Utah. Mortensen loses the handle. Picked up by Hendricks, and Hendricks blocked. Avea got up there and got the block on the 3. Now on the run with Yoeli Childs. Nice vision. Shoemaker is bumped and fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. A point center and Yoeli Childs. Missed it first, misses the second. McCrae with the board. And down the court we go with Skyview. Hand back to Bregan Holbrook. Bregan, Alex, and Bryce Mortensen comprise the wide receiving core for Garrison Beach. Outside with Bregan. In the corner with Jake White. We got a foul on the floor. So the reason we mentioned Alex McCrae and Holbrook, McCrae had 36 receptions, 555 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Bregan Holbrook had an okay year. He had 55 receptions, 597 yards, and 8 touchdowns from Garrison Beach. Some pretty good ball players out there. Missed the opportunity on the other end with Skyview back down the floor with the Miners. Mortensen had to steal. Now he picks up the loose ball. On the run, Jake White. McCrae leaves it for White, and White rolls it up and in. And it's 36-32. White now with 5 points. Cross court, Avea for 3. Samuto going to get out on the fall. Mortensen with the board, and down the floor we go with McCrae. White looks inside to Max Christensen. Max working on Carlson, gets over the top of the big fella, and we got a 2-point ball game. Max Christensen with a little shake and bake down the post. And it's 36-34. In the corner, Dason Youngblood pulls for 3. And the point guard hits the corner tray, and it's 39-34. Salt Lake Tribune writer Trevor Phibbs told me he once did that, and I don't know if I believe him. He said it was in Summer League, though. Christensen sends out to Holbrook in the lane. Now McCrae run off by Childs. Oh, Mortensen blocked at the rim by Carlson. On the push now with Youngblood. Kick by McCrae, and will stay with the Miners. Avea in the corner to Carlson. doubling Childs and fronting him. 3 from Parker, and Parker knocks it down. 2 possessions, 2 triples, 1 from Youngblood, and now Leighton Parker. And McCray can't get that one to go, tipped up by White, and it's Max Christensen with the putback. Timeout taken by Coach Hilliard, 4:41 remaining in the third quarter, and a 30-second timeout. Miners lead 42-36. 42-36 our score. Here's Parker in the corner to Avea. Ball knocked out of bounds by Christensen, and we'll stay here. So Youngblood gets into Avea. Samuda takes the bump, gets the bucket. He'll go to the line looking for the three-point play. And Samuta completes the three-point play. And it's 45-36 in favor of the Miners. Skyview's got to get going, in particular Jake Hendricks. Ty swatted away by Avea. And then Ty with the steal. And we had back court. And we'll go with the Miners. 3 on the way from Parker. Off the front of the iron, and Christensen with the board. On the run now with Holbrook. Bragging in the corner to McCray. And McCray fouled by Leighton Parker. Averaging over 25 points a game. Mishandles that pass, and down the floor we go with Youngblood. Youngblood draws the foul on Hendricks, and Dayson will go to the line to shoot 2. And the second. 47-36. Quickly down the floor we go with Hendricks. Mason Ty. Mortensen. Avea all over Hendricks. Ty looks inside to Mortensen. He's got 20 points. Mortensen blocked by Childs, got a foul before. Mortensen missed the first and gets the second. 47-37. 3:25 on a rolling clock here in the third quarter. Childs takes a seat, an opportunity for Skyview to climb into this ball game. Mortensen can exploit the middle of the floor. McCray. Now, Skyview fans frustrated because field goals have been tough to come by, and they're driving for an easy 2. We had some fans, young kids, dribbling the basketball around the baseline, and they had to stop the game. Youngblood inside to Parker. Parker fouled by Ty. It'll be 2 free throws for Leighton Parker. 49-37. Now Alex McCray working on Dayson Youngblood. Series of moves, and McCray dribbles it out of bounds. Nice defense from Dayson. Turnover, and we will go with the Bingham Miners. I think Skyview complicating this game a little bit for themselves. But right now, Bryce Mortensen, leading scorer in the ball game, on the bench. Parker up top, Avea pulls for 3 off the mark, and rebound taken by Jake Hendricks. Hendricks now bumped by Youngblood. That is the 14th foul on the Miners. 2:39 remaining in the third quarter. Mason now up top with Jake Hendricks. Jake has got to get going yet to get a field goal tonight. Mason Ty drop it inside to White. There was an opportunity there for Hendricks, wide open. White, series of moves, floated up, no. And a rebound taken by Carlson. Parker goes right into Hendricks. I do not understand how that could be a chart or how that could be a block. I don't understand that. It's a foul. It'll be free throws. Here's Leighton Parker. Parker high off the glass, and it crawls off. Mason Ty with the board. Ty on the push. Ty, and it's a charge on Ty. No restricted area in high school basketball. And Ty gets called for the charge, and we'll go the other way. And Mason draws the charge, and that's now the 7th team foul on Skyview. 49-37 in favor of Bingham. 1 minute and 53 seconds on a rolling clock in the third quarter. Lokatui down the baseline, and we got out of bounds, and we'll stay here. Youngblood. Up top with Leighton Parker. Minute 40. Minute 40 rolling here in the first. And we'll stay outside again. Bingham going to be very deliberate. Yoli Childs on the bench with foul trouble. So we won't see him till the fourth quarter. Leighton Parker to Avea. And Samuta changed his foot as he went to take off. Traveling violation. And we'll go the other way. Minute 15 remaining in the third quarter. Hendricks. We mentioned earlier the storyline is no field goals as of yet for the state, one of the state's leading scorers. Reagan Holbrook to Hendricks. On the baseline to McCray. McCray out. The three on the way from Falsliv is off the mark. Avea with the board. Avea on the, was going to push. Backs it off. In the corner, Lokatui. Youngblood for three, and Dayson knocks down his second. 52-37 as Dayson Youngblood knocks down a triple, his second of the quarter. Holbrook fouled on the floor by Lokatui. And that will be the 15th foul on the Miners. .25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Hendricks. In the corner to Holbrook. 18 seconds. Down to 15. That ball ripped away by Leighton Parker, 13. Now down to 10 seconds. Avea on the baseline. How he got that to go. Takes an athlete. Gets that one in. Quickly down the floor, and it's Falsliv beating the buzzer. And that'll do it for the third quarter. But the Bingham Miners extend their lead, and we head to the fourth and final frame of the fourth game on the second day of the Utah Elite 8 tournament. 54-39, Bingham leading Skyview. The winner heads to the championship game to take on Copper Hills. Start of the fourth quarter. 15-point lead for Bingham. The winner moving on to play Copper Hills. It would be a region matchup for the Miners in the championship game to take on the Grizzlies. I mean, they would play 3 times this season. Yoeli Childs is fouled by Bryce Mortensen. There'll be 2 free throws coming to Yoeli Childs. Thought we'd have his second dunk of the night. Yoeli missed the first, gets the second. Up top with Bregan Holbrook, terminates. Hendricks, keep waiting for him to get going. Done an outstanding job. I think Avea has been a tough matchup for him. And Yoeli Childs, return to sender, Bryce Mortensen. And we'll stay here. 5A MVP Tori Glasser would agree. Tori, the 5 MVP, played for Bingham Miners. Will go on to play at the University of Utah. Was named just this week by Deseret News, the 5 MVP, the girls volleyball. And she's all Tribune as well. Max Christensen swatted by Avea in the hands of Jake White. Can't get it to go. Mortensen battling for the rebound. Hendricks has it. Can't get the putback. Ball is loose, out of bounds, and we will go with White. We're going to stay here with Skyview. Inbound to Hendricks. Lob over the top, nearly made it. Trying to get that ball into Mortensen. Quickly ahead now. Lokatui going after Max Christensen, goes around him. That's now an 18-point lead for Bingham. Last year in this tournament, the Miners started 0-2. And now with an 18-point lead with an opportunity to go to the championship game. Skyview made it to the championship game, lost to Jesse Wade and the Davis Darts. Drop inside Christensen. Now Mortensen is fouled going across the key. It's 16th foul on the Miners. Will be bonus the rest of the way. White lobs in. Holbrook knocks down a 3. And we got a timeout. Coach Hilliard, full timeout. We're going to take it with him. 6:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. All Bingham right now, 57-42. They lead Skyview. Out of the timeout. Lokatui in the key, and he's fouled on the floor. Will inbound along. Well, it won't matter. We'll be inbound. We're going to be shooting free throws. First free throw good from Lokatui. Back rims the second rebound to Hendricks. And that ball out of bounds off of Yoli Childs, and we'll stay here. Hendricks into Holbrook. Back to Hendricks for 3. Gets off to Schneid. A welcome sign for Jake Hendricks. His first field goal of the ball game. That had to feel good to see the ball go through the net. Parker, baseball pass to Yoli Childs, who saves it. Now working on Christensen, and Yoeli with the jump hook, and it's a 15-point game again. Hendricks hands back to Holbrook. Holbrook blocked by Youngblood, but they got him with a foul. It'll be 2 free throws coming away at Bregan Holbrook. And got the second. Full court pressure from Skyview. Obviously got to speed this game up, need more possessions. Ball out of bounds, turnover, and we will go to the Bobcats. So after the turnover, chance to get this to 11 or 10 with the 3. Holbrook, step back tray. Bregan Holbrook from downtown. 10-point game. Shoemaker ahead to Youngblood. Now Leighton Parker inside of 5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. 4:55 now on the clock. Shoemaker rather, can't get it to go. Holbrook tracks it down. .435 remaining in the fourth quarter. Skyview, do they have a run in them? Hendricks for 3 off the mark. Yoli Childs tracks it down. No call on the contact. Yoeli, baseball pass to Vea. Youngblood. Parker in the corner, and we got a timeout taken by Coach Schroeder. 4:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. 30-second timeout. He is a rebounding machine. Shoemaker up top to Leighton Parker. Shoemaker drive the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound grab by Hendricks. He'll hand back to Bregan Holbrook. Outside to Mason Ty, now McCray. Hendricks comes off the screen, looking inside. Here we go, there's a good matchup. Morrison sends back out, corner 3, short. Yoli Childs with another board. And that ball picked off by Holbrook. Holbrook back in the corner. Hendricks again for 3. And it won't go down. Just cannot find the shot tonight. Coach Hilliard tell him it's okay to keep shooting. But out of bounds off of Skyview, and we'll go with the Bingham Miners. Lokatui comes on for Avea. Here's Youngblood. Now Leighton Parker. You see Bingham start to eat some clock here. 3:05 on a rolling clock in the fourth quarter. Double-digit lead, and not to force any action at all. Just run the risk of getting out of rhythm. Shoemaker drives the base, and Morrison forces a turnover. Holbrook could have been a travel, was almost a charge, but no whistle. And now a foul on Lokatui, and it'll be free throws for Jake Hendricks. And now one more. 2:45 on the clock. Down by 8. 60-52. Nearly a steal by Holbrook. Youngblood ahead. Shoemaker. Youngblood back to Shoemaker. Drives the base. Goes up against Morrison. No call on the contact. Letting it go underneath. Holbrook on the run. 2.5 remaining. Bucket here makes things very, very interesting. Holbrook gets Youngblood off his feet and hits. 60-54. 2:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Volkatui. Now Parker on the run. Going right at Mortensen. Mortensen with the rip. Down the floor we go with Hendricks. Hendricks to Mortensen. Mortensen off the window. And it's a 4-point ball game. Up the defense and Bryce Mortensen getting it done on both ends of the floor. Timeout with 1:57 remaining. Out of the timeout. Staying in full court pressure. Youngblood. McRae knocks the ball out of bounds. Bingham fans want a foul. 1:51 remaining in the fourth quarter. Into Avea. And Avea dribbled, they'll say out of bounds off of Skyview. Into Avea, and Avea is fouled by Mason Ty. An impressive putback by Yoli Childs, but it obviously won't count. Avea's to the line to shoot 2. Missed the first. Back rims the second. Rebound still loose. And claimed by Dason Youngblood. Youngblood to the rim. And 1. Youngblood at the line. Looking to push this up, and he does. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:42 remaining in the fourth quarter. So out of the timeout. 7-point lead, 63-56. Pressure all over him. You got to get rid of the ball. And here's Hendricks in the corner. Throws it off Yoli Childs. And we'll stay here with Skyview. Here's Hendricks. Skyview's got to get moving, trailing by 6, or probably 7. Deep 3 from Hendricks. Now a 4-point game. Bingham has got to take care of the ball, and they've got to hit free throws. Double bonus. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. 4-point lead for the Miners. Leighton Parker. Guarded by Jake Hendricks. Parker to the glass. Childs gets it back and a dunk. Looked like it was going to be a turnover, and Yoli Childs throws it down. And it's 65-59. Ball's loose. Picked up by Avea. Ahead to Parker. And Leighton Parker lays it up and in. All but putting the dagger in. 67-59. We'll have a Region 3 championship in the Utah Elite 8. Hendricks short on the 3. Foslev saves it in. Holbrook banks it in. Timeout, Coach Hilliard. And it's 67-62 after the 3 from Holbrook. A flurry of action in a game that had been pretty sleepy for a game of 67-62. Youngblood has it back, no call, and it looked like White was trying to give it up, as McRae does, and it'll be free throws on the other end of the floor. Foslev in the game. Youngblood hit the first, got the second. 7-point game in the Bingham Miners. We're going to move on to the Elite 8 championship game as Mortensen gives it to Hendricks. As the clock expires, Hendricks can't get it to go. And the Bingham Miners get a nice 69-62 win over Skyview and will advance to the Elite 8 championship game to take on Copper Hills. And welcome back into American Fork High School. Again, our final score, the Bingham Miners 69, the Skyview Bobcats 62, in a game that really didn't see it playing out this way. Jake Hendricks just really he struggled from the field, couldn't get things going. And for the Bingham Miners, it was all about Yoli Childs, but timely plays from our high school rewind player of the game, Dason Youngblood. Young man had 18 points, he had 5 assists. He did a nice job at doing things, but it was timely buckets to help close out this game for the Bingham Miners. Yoli Childs played pretty well tonight as well. Hit a couple of dunks. When you look at the game, it was Bryce Mortensen. They did everything that needed to be done for a team that didn't win. Speaking of the Skyview Bobcats, had nearly 30 points in this ball game. Played very, very well for Coach Hilliard, but just did not have enough along with him. Bregan Holbrook played well as well, but it's a long season. This way basketball goes. And Skyview, I think, will really play a major factor within the 5A classification. They got so much firepower on their side. But tonight, talk about Bingham. Coach Schroeder said he was excited about this tournament because it was going to help prepare this team for the state tournament, and they were doing all the little things that need to be done to be successful in the state tournament. They got the best post player in the state, and they have a lot of guys stepping up alongside him. It'll be a lot of fun to watch how this team gets better throughout the year. Well, again, our final score, the Bingham Miners 69, the Skyview Bobcats 62. Bingham will move on and play Copper Hills in the championship game, a Region 3 matchup in the Utah Elite 8 tournament. For Vince Francis, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us from American Fork High School. You've been watching coverage of the 2015 Utah Elite 8 basketball tournament on the highschoolrewind.com.